AFTV, he's been Ty bigging you up round there. Big win.
Ty.
Big win for the Arsenal. Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
I said Kai Havertz. There were many people, ladies and gentlemen, who doubted this brother at the start of the season. They cussed him. They come here week after week. Why have we bought this guy? 60 million down the drain. He scored again. and another big goal by him.
Man.
I mean, listen. Listen. Like Lee said earlier, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Earlier on in the season, he wasn't playing. He wasn't. You know what? I always looked at it and said he weren't playing bad, but he weren't showing enough for me. For a player that that we paid that amount of money for, but I have to say, him as well. Since he's come back from Dubai, he's been excellent. He really has. Even when he don't score, his knowledge of that sort of false nine role, the way he plays. I mean, he's been superb.
Yes. All right. Yeah, and I was one of them, man. There, but his first 12 games, he was just ineffective. His first 12 games for this club, why are we spending 65 million on this man here? I'm going to say something else. You see where he is now? He's an integral part of the team now. He is. I can't deny that, yeah? I was thinking, like, maybe Havertz needs a couple of more games to show me, but he's doing the business at the moment.
Yeah, he's a starter now, isn't he?
He's doing the business, yeah. He's a key player in this. But I'm going to say something else that might surprise you now, right? The reason he's reached that point now and gotten as good as he is because of Arteta.
Yeah.
It's because of Arteta.
Well, it's Arteta's guy. I mean, listen, again, and we've got to credit Arteta, it's his guy. I mean, listen, I know there'll be many people saying this and that or whatever about Havertz. There was very few people who, when that signing was made, were like, wow, what a fantastic signing. We were sort of like, well, why do we need him? Obviously, the manager knows why he needs him, what he wants him to do, and had faith in him, and he's repaying Arteta, isn't he?
He is, in bucket loads. He really is. And Arteta knew why he bought him in the same way he knows why he bought Raya. But we'll get to that in a second, right? But for me, I wanted to see Havertz being a bit more physical in the last few games. I really did. And he has done that. So for me, that was the only kind of thing lacking for me in his game. And he's shown that he's now brought that physicality as well. Yeah. And since he's done that, the rest of the team is cooking, right? And he's adding to that. He's adding to that. So for me, boy, I know you're cooking me. You're cooking me a couple of other man is going to cook me for the Havertz, but I say as I see it. And right now, Havertz is a key player to this team. Yeah, we can't dispute that.
Yeah, massive win for Arsenal today. Top of the league temporarily, I guess. Until we find out what happens tomorrow. What would be your favoured result tomorrow in that game between Liverpool and City?
Right, I'll answer that, but just before I answer that, I just want to quickly touch on the Ramsdale thing today, yeah? Now, Arteta, people need to understand, Ramsdale was the third choice to come to this club. He first went for Onana, Ajax wanted 70 mil. He then went for Raya back then, and Brentford wanted 50 mil. I said, no. That's why he went for Ramsdale. Ramsdale was the third choice. But as soon as Raya became available, Arteta took him. And enough people were saying, what's going on? What's he doing? Why is that? Ramsdale's better. Well, I saw why, and I was a goalkeeper for 10 years. So I know why. And I remember at the Charity Shield game up there in Wembley, right? Cecil was interviewing me, and I said, you think Raya came here to be the number one? Not at all. He could have gone...
to be the number two.
The number two, sorry. Yeah. You're right. He didn't come here to be the number two. And he had a chance, he could have gone, I think, to Bayern. I think they wanted him. He chose to come here. He didn't come here to be the number two. And I said, within 6 weeks, he's going to be our number one. And he was, right? So if we switch back to Ramsdale now. Ramsdale is a good keeper. He is a good keeper, right? But he lacked that playing out skill. He Arteta knew why he wanted Raya. He lacks that. And he gets a bit jittery sometimes. Like today, Ramsdale very jittery. I mean, we saw
he played for ages, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know, but even still, when a player's bearing down on you...
If you're a keeper and you ain't played for ages, you're going to be a bit rusty, innit?
You'll be a bit rusty, but when a man's bearing down on you and you see he's bearing down on you, you don't still wildly do that. Look what Raya does. Last game, Newcastle, when they bore down on him, he stopped, dribbled.
I remember Raya that game, Man City. The same thing nearly happened to him. He's lucky he went wide.
Yeah, that was Alvarez. But the reason that happened is because he's come from Brentford and his first big game is against City.
First game he's played for ages.
No. Because he played against Everton, remember?
Right, so
beat Everton.
yeah.
And then he plays City. It's a big
But he's
game.
just come, innit? So it's the similar sort of thing like...
He was a bag of nerves. He was nervous.
Same with Ramsdale today, bit
yeah, but
nervous.
He's Brentford, not City.
Anyway, like going back to that point what I was making before, who would you prefer to win tomorrow? Or what do you want to see?
What I'd like to see, theoretically, I'd like to see a draw. Yeah, absolutely. Theoretically, I'd like to see a draw. But if one of them has to win, yeah, I would like it to be Liverpool. I would like it to be Liverpool if one of them has to win. Because that means we stay either, we're 1 point behind them. All right, if City wins tomorrow, we're gonna.
No. We're 2 points behind Liverpool. If Liverpool win, we'd be 2 points behind them. If City win,
but we'll still be above City.
City win would be 1 point. We'd be 1 point behind City. If they win.
Yeah, but if Liverpool beat them, right now.
2 points behind.
Yeah, but we're second.
No, we're top now.
Yeah, no, now we are. But I'm saying if after tomorrow's game,
Yeah.
right, City don't win and they lose,
They would be second.
yes, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Exactly. So that scenario I'd like to have. I'd rather have that scenario.
Okay.
I'd like to have that scenario. Now, in terms of Brentford, right, as a team, I just want to finish up with this. Brentford today, they came here, right, and after Ramsdale bring them in, right, they were never going to score. They weren't even looking like they were going to score against us. We were defensively far too solid, right? Far too solid for them. As they got brought in, then we got, when they got brought in, new life, right? But they started to waste time and thief time and lie down. At one point, there was 3 of them lying down, different points, right? Reminded me of Newcastle last season, 0-0. And we buttered them for that when we played them the other day there, right? So I would say this team here, right, the fortitude, the resilience, because we just kept going. We kept going. Brentford were hanging on for the point, right? So I was saying, nah, it must happen. Some of the times we do too much intricate passing in their 18-yard, 6-yard box. However, when that goal went in, right, they were broken. And you know what? There's only one way to sum that up. The bees got stung. You understand?
Yes,